And we're live. Let's get the music going. Hope everyone's doing well. GM to everybody. 1 second while I get let me get this going. Is that the actual link? That must be the actual link. Anyway, I've been trying to figure out what to do with, so I'm going to be much like my buddy Bill, Late Night on Base. I'm going to be doing a little group on the Base app. I need to find people who are actually on the Base app already to start that group chat. So I'll probably add Mr. Late Night on Base first. Then I don't quite have the let's see, do I have the way to, I don't. I still don't have a way to actually add people yet with invites to the Base app. So if you're on the Base app, I have mine green. I like that color. Let me know what color you've made your Base app. But yeah, looking forward to doing more community building over the next couple of weeks. I'm trying to figure out what's like a right way for the community to be named, if they need a name. The no-namers, I don't know. Pupils. The hard part is that I just don't want to do like straight DeFi stuff. I enjoy doing my React content. People like laughing along with me. I'm a big nut on tech. I love tech. I'm a huge technologist. Love sports. Love all kinds of entertaining things. So I'd love for it to be more of a variety thing. But it just so happens that my career is in DeFi. So hopefully everybody's okay. Hopefully had a good weekend. Friday and Saturday were tough, right? For those curious, I didn't really have any issues, mainly because I don't do leverage trading. I don't do any margin trading. I don't really do much trading at all, to be honest. I do some perps, stuff like that here and there. Mostly spot, honestly. But yeah, I do mostly DeFi, guys. I do a lot of liquidity trading. I do liquidity against perps, so they're pretty good on that. A lot of concentrated liquidity stuff. I could name 12 different mechanisms on how you can make money in DeFi. And I do all of them. That's my job. But yeah, so thankfully, no real issues for me with regards to what happened. But I know a lot of people who unfortunately had a lot of money just kind of sucked away from them. There's a lot of lessons in that, honestly. A lot of people that I know that got wrecked, they don't follow allocation patterns. They don't, things like that. And there's a lot of lessons in that. And frankly, a lot of them don't even really do DeFi. And I get it. You're trying to get the asymmetric upside, that type of thing. Frankly, with everything is going, watch my other trainings on Beacon DeFi if you want. I mean, just the amount of really amazing rates you can get, if you have a bag on stables is staggering. So they're just holding, waiting for perps to go up and down, taking leverage. I get the thrill. I do. Because I'm a degen at heart. I trench quite a bit. So let man, if you're not stacking profits with at least 40 to 50% in your bag of stables, leveraged or not, I do a lot of leveraged stable plays. Yeah, it's tough, man. But crazy enough, we're looking already at a bit of a V-shaped recovery. So let me grab my screen and we'll get started. So this is the work with me stream. This is the work with me screen, where basically I'm putting together information for our member newsletter with Beacon DeFi, my education company, our DeFi education company, onboarding company. We've helped onboard tens of thousands of people into the world of decentralized finance over the past 4 years. So if you're interested in that, you know where to find all that info. All right, let's go. All right, so this is, I'm assuming this is recent. Oh, happy Thanksgiving to all of the Canadians out there. Second Monday in October is, Second Monday in October is Canadian Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to all you Canadians. This is Sigma OS is the browser I'm using. One of my personal favorites, mainly just for the keyboard shortcuts. It makes it really easy to do stuff. So looks like, well, it hasn't changed. We're still in a government shutdown. A lot of interesting things going on behind the scenes from what I'm hearing. Not necessarily to bring the government back online, but the changes they'll be making to the government moving forward. So my heart goes out to anybody who is affected directly by this shutdown. Regardless of how you feel, the fact that either part of government is willing to let anyone with a government job, regular people, by the way, still affected by inflation, still affected by rising grocery prices, anything you can think of, they're not getting paid right now. At the end of the day, regardless of how you feel, these are still people who are real people who have jobs. So keep that in mind. Stay humble. Looks like ETF floodgates ready to burst. If they're going to push through more ETF approvals, that would be good to know. But I guess we'll find out. Right now, I think everyone's still just kind of getting over the shock of what happened over the weekend. And there's a lot of things that happened, frankly, on both sides. I mean, what we saw was a shutdown of epic proportions on the just in crypto in general, in terms of infrastructure, right? Things started tripping out. I've heard that market makers didn't feel like defending anymore, and that caused serious issues. There's also delays, and that's not good. That's never good. So, man, sometimes things can be on a house of cards. So that's why I don't keep a whole lot on a CEX, because I don't do a lot of leverage trading and stuff like that. So, and because I've found better results in DeFi. That may not be the same for all of you. You're still trying to figure it out. If you want to learn more, please, of course, sign up at beacondefi.io. Okay. Good old Steak and Shake. They scrapped the Ethereum payment idea. Just take stable coins. Look at this AI. Can't even spell Bitcoin right. %53 in favor. Yeah, I'll put this in there. This is something that's probably interesting to somebody. Bitcoin mining stocks rebound after Trump's tariff threat sparked market turmoil. I mean, obviously, we're back to... I mean, if you just fell asleep for 3 days, went on vacation, you would be like, what's everybody worried about? There's like a $20,000 candle on Bitcoin for the first time ever. That's just crazy in itself, right? Just even thinking about that. I mean, where are we at right now? 41.65 back for Ethereum. It was down like what, 2,900 at some point. Some of these things were crazy. Sol was down quite big. I mean, Sui went from 3.50 to 50 cents. Atom went from like $4 to like 0.001. I mean, it was just absolute chaos. Sui back up to 288, so that's good. AVAX's struggles continue amidst all the good noise. Good news with them. Okay, let's see. HIP3 is open now. This is big news. I need to put this in because that happened this morning. Yeah, I think it was this morning that it happened. Earlier this morning, they brought the network down for about 10 minutes to apply some changes, and HIP3 went in. So that's a big deal. Means anyone who wants to put up 1 million hype can now have their own perpetuals. Oh, they've lowered it. 500,000 hype. It was 1 million. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. So there's a bunch of projects that are already on board that have been kind of working this, right? So you've got Kinetic is one, the other is Eventuals, and there's a couple more that are out there that are not at the top of my head. But frankly, there's not a ton of people who have the hype available to create the market. So I know Kinetic is trying to use it as kind of like a HIP3 as a service type of thing. So we'll see what happens here. But this is super bullish on Hyperliquid. Obviously, if you bought some hype on the dip, congrats to you. Might be a good idea just to DC into hype, period. Crypto fundraising sets a new record of $3.5 billion in a single week. Depends on what you're doing. From what I was hearing, token was a little dry. There's a bug that just landed on my lens, my eyeglass lens. What the hell? Weird. Watch me get clipped for that. A state-backed crypto fund just made its first buy, and it wasn't Bitcoin. What was it? Oh, it's Kazakhstan. Yay for Borat. See, I see state-backed. I'm like, oh, cool. It's like Vermont or Texas or something. Nope, we're talking about Kazakhstan. I mean, is it shocking that anyone in the Middle East wouldn't buy BNB first? CZ is all over that spot. All right. Yeah, this is a little interesting. So that whale, who quite frankly shocked by opening that short at the top, because nothing's a coincidence in crypto, right? Popped in another 40 mil back in to take a short out on Bitcoin at 117. Only 10x cross there though. We'll see. I appreciate those I've seen in chats already this morning wanting to leverage this guy. Get that food. Yeah, so well, I've seen reports that a lot of people are looking, at DEX APIs as a problem. I don't know if that was the problem. I think it was mainly just CEXs and their inability to handle the output from the order books, which is a little interesting, although this is quite different than what happened with the Trump event, but in January. But yeah, Aave was fine, Hyperliquid was fine, Morpho was fine. They all held up beautifully under all of the pressure. So that's we'll get this defined. Because it does matter. It does matter, right? I mean, this is just more. It was just more ammo for why DeFi is just why DEXs and whatnot are gonna outshine, sexes for. It's been on the wall. The writing's been on the wall for a while. But this is, what happened this weekend was, frankly, unfortunate. I can't say inexcusable because there's a lot of really weird things that happened. Dare I say, premeditated, right? Because this is the worst crypto crash in history. Because the one in February was like 2 billion. This was easily. Well, at the time when we talked about it on Saturday, we said 9. The number is actually bigger than 19 billion. It could be larger because a lot of most oracles aren't actually, or rather most CEX platforms aren't actually giving the total. Well, we'll see exactly what the number is soon, and if any market makers specifically actually went dry. I don't think so. I do think some of them decided they weren't going to defend all this crap because of all of the breaking, so they just pulled. But we'll see. I'm not saying what happened. No, this is financial advice. I'm just kind of going back on what I've been kind of hearing here and there across quite a few chats up. Oh, Zcash. I saw the very big XMR Maxi talking as well. Off the back of Zcash, could Monero make a return? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so CoinGlass has said that that they have been undercounting the actual liquidations. I think that's true. I think the number is much higher than 19 billion, which is again, I said this in a response to somebody's tweet. I don't like the fact that the President of the United States happens to be the largest KOL in this space. It's kind of what it's turned into, right? It's just weird when you see Binance, Coinbase, Kraken all scratching their heads wondering, I don't know what happened here. We're going to have to look at it. No, Athena's USDE didn't depeg. Yeah. I believe this to be true for sure. Yeah, this is absolutely correct. It would be weird if a Binance depeg cost most of that, because it's the origins of USDE aren't even on the CEX. both on Ethereum mainnet. All right, grab that. Just to bolster some things if I need it. Binance. I'm just gonna get annoyed on this stream. Manipulation or a glitch? You tell me, guys. Ay, ay, ay. Binance will optimize UI display and apply UI display corrections for related abnormal prices, while also offering, a request for compensation. But then you see certain large LPs losing 7 figures. And I think I saw somewhere, and it turned out to be false, where Backpack was offering KFC or Kentucky Fried Chicken vouchers to people who are affected. I know that's not true. Does KFC even give vouchers anymore? Oh. Okay. Okay. Grabbing this one. Big OP return change went through. Yeah, I mean, this is I don't know how much of this is going to be needed by stuff being built on top of not necessarily ordinals, but inscriptions and other metadata based initiatives to enable smart contracts for BTC5. Through groups like On-Chain Monkey, even Alkanes. I don't know if they use OP return, to be quite honest, but other groups like Arch Network and stuff like that. That's pretty significant to go from 80 bytes to 100,000. Bitcoin and gold will outlast any other currency. Okay, thank you. US and China soften trade rhetoric. This was that, oh no, I didn't mean that was gonna, that's not what I meant by talking about tariffs. Annoying. Silver was interesting. Oh, he's running out of time. It's October 13th. Many boomers will be homeless or living in their kids' basement. Well, I guess we'll see exactly what happens. If tokenization comes on chain, like they're doing with Denari and some of these other stuff on Avalanche, that may not necessarily happen as badly as he thinks, but we'll see. Put equity lending on chain or get out of the way. Yeah. That would be good. Securitize weighs $1 billion SPAC merger with a Cantor Fitzgerald-backed firm. Oh, it's for Securitize. Wow. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is big. Do we really want that though? I mean, because that's really that's kind of the question. Like, do we really want Securitize to go public like that in that manner? That's interesting. Chairman of Cantor Fitzgerald, by the way, if you didn't know, is U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick. I mean, that's just going to make RWAs very, very public. They aren't. I mean, like they already are, but well, we'll watch this. I don't think this is worth. They're just weighing it out right now. It could be nothing. Very high chance this is the start of the crypto bull market. Okay, guys, let's not get it off there. Really? There's a lot of interesting rumors out there. Like I heard, well, I mean, it's not really a rumor, but there's, well, it might be. I mean, there was talk that President Trump was going to pardon CZ as a little bit of a. So I'm just like, not this is correlated, but out of curiosity, if he does pardon him, does CZ get his $1.5 billion in fines back? Would I like many viewers? Thanks. I mean, who wouldn't like many viewers? Am I right? All right, we're back to 1 day. This could be pretty quick. I mean, because outside of that, there wasn't a whole lot of news over the weekend. The Senate advances the GAIN Act. Please say this is just going to his desk. Oh, it's an amendment to the, okay, to that act. Okay. All right, I'm curious. Why? It'd be sweeping AI legislation. Deny export license for the most high-end AI processors and mandates export licenses for all products containing an advanced integrated circuit. Interesting. Hurt the crypto mining industry from this? Well, I mean, depending on how you look at it, I guess we'll see how American Bitcoin works after this. Are they going to try and start having more of this stuff being made in the US? Interesting. All right. BlockDAG with their BWT. Is this a consensus thing? Oh, it's just a Formula One team deal. Yeah, I mean, somebody asked on Saturday, we had a little session, and they're asking, what about DAG? I'm like, what about DAG? Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with block DAG. It's just a matter of A, how do you get value, and B, will you get traction? Because we've learned good tech does not equal good coin. Do you know what equals a good coin? Good cult. Build a good cult, you got a good coin. Ask anyone who holds Bitcoin or XRP. Two very good cults. Or even better, Cardano. The worst stable coin on the planet. Don't come for me. Yeah, this is fun. Norwegian officials. That's who. Because I had mentioned on Saturday that they were looking into like, who's they? I'm like, they, they. So Polymarket, I guess, they had a prediction market about who's going to win the Peace Prize. Yeah, a trader using the handle Dirty Cup placed a $70,000 blood bend. Yeah. It seems we've been prey to a criminal actor who wants to earn money on our information. It's a prediction market. Sounds like you got a leak. If that got leaked, what happened to using like what they do at the Oscars or whatever? They put all in like the Grammys. They put everything in a little suitcase, with backed by Ernst & Young. Do you not have Ernst & Young available to guard the secrets of who you're giving your prizes to? That's not a Polymarket problem, my guys. That's a you problem. Uh-oh. Astra delays airdrop over data issues. The postponement follows user complaints about inaccurate results from the project's S2 airdrop checker tool. Again, guys, none of these protocols owe you anything. You're being farmed. They're farming you. That's how airdrops work. If you don't like your airdrop, I mean, obviously we saw what happened to 0G. It had everything hacked. I'm not trying to laugh at that. I'm sorry. It's just that this made me laugh. I'm like, a guy was so upset about his airdrop allocation, he hacked everything and called the guy a real POS. I guess this is just to mitigate any issues when people get their Aster airdrop and are really pissed about it. I'll grab that. All right. I don't think we're going to see anything else. All right. So, nah. Morpho Vaults V2. Tether co-founder stablecoin USST depegs hours after launch. That's unfortunate. Yeah, so a couple of things that were announced this morning. This is obviously they've been talking about privacy quite a bit for Ethereum. Vitalik 1CK proofs and stuff like that. They also brought a proposal for gas to ETH. So basically for For builders, any gas that's spent is going to come back as ETH incentives. That would be nice. That's actually a good way to look at it. Senator Cynthia Lummis, renewed push for a tax reform on everyday Bitcoin use. Oh yeah, I should probably. I can't find this anywhere, but I'll find it. The Rough Rider coin through the Bank of North Dakota through Fiserv. Very large data firm here, multinational now. Let me grab that. I don't think we'll find anything else, but really. Really, Hemi? What's Hemi gonna do here? I need to get Hemi on our Wednesday show. Interesting. So it's going to be like a liquid staked BTC. All right. Kalshi raising money. Yay. Good for them. Do they actually using I don't think they're actually using blockchain. I think they're just making it look like they are. Nothing else really just kind of sticking out to me. If you have any questions or anything, just let me know. Happy to add anything here. We're going to check out Google News now because we're at 3 days and nothing else is really coming out. We haven't already talked about anything I've been on before. Again, if you're curious about any of the things I talk about news-wise, please check out the Wednesday flagship podcast from Beacon DeFi, my education company. That's Wednesdays at 1 p.m. That's available on my Twitter. Feel free to follow me on Twitter if you don't really appreciate the follow. Somewhere. Where'd all my banners go? There you go. At C Soriano on Twitter. Shout out to X co-host, part of their creator cohort. I've actually applied to come back to their cohort, actually. Really enjoyed the networking opportunities. So if you want to collaborate with me on a Twitter space, whether video or audio, let me know. Happy to oblige. I also get a lot of fake collaborations that are really just people trying to drain me. Don't like you, but I keep things open because you never know. Networking is the key to success, in my opinion. I wouldn't be where I am if it weren't for the generosity of a lot of really great people that I've networked with and made great relationships with. So. All right. Crash. More crash. Ooh, what's City doing here? A crypto custody service in 2026 from Citi. Tell me more. Never mind. I'll have to look for that. yeah, again, super, super unfortunate. I hate the people who are trying to farm this. Saw some really sick shit on the timeline, to be honest. You're going to go through some hard times, guys. You got to learn how to persevere. You've built it up once, you can build it back up again. Condolences to anybody who knew this gentleman, any friends, family. Positive energy out to you guys. Oh, here we go. Found one that wasn't Fast Company. CNBC will just kill me with ads, and that's fine. Okay, so they're going to be launching a crypto custody service in 2026. We'll see how this goes, because Swift partnering with Linea and Chainlink specifically to bring all of that access into blockchain. They're exploring, but they may not need to do it. The only reason they'd want to do it is if they really want to try and take on the overhead to try and battle Athena, Tether, Circle. That would really be the only reason. Paxos, and there's more than 30 people, 30 institutions now inside the Paxos Global Dollar Galaxy, the consortium. That's interesting. JP Morgan announced plans this year for a deposit token that's intended to serve as a digital representation of a commercial bank deposit. I mean, that's technically what you have now, right? You log into the website. Guess what? That's just a digital representation of what's in your bank account. It's not actually in your hands. You actually have to go use an ATM or something, right, to actually have that in your hands. This is interesting, though. So it's going to be using bonds and other RWAs to maintain the value there. And really, like the whole Swift announcement, it's because you want instant finality, because that's the one thing that Linea has. They also have zero knowledge proofs. So there's no challenge period for this stuff. It's instant finality, settling on layer 1 Ethereum, and that's what the banks want. Yeah, and this is what I was talking about. Yeah, that's a rumor, but this is the New York Post, right? All right, let's go to Llama feed. DeFi Llama. What do we got today on DeFi Llama? Obviously, we're seeing a bit of a recovery. HBAR passed 19 cents. Good for them. Breaking through the resistance. Nothing crazy here. I mean, if we're going to have lots of chop, this is where perp dexes and LPing on perp dexes can be good for your bags. Marathon scoops up 400 BTC after the price crash. Shock. Are you shocked? Please tell me in the comments if you're shocked. Ooh, look at that. Are these what the kids call view bots? I don't need that. I don't need anything like that. That's silly. Okay. Well, Oh, happy birthday to the Navy. I will say that. My father is a 27-year veteran of the US Navy. Of course, Strategy bought more Bitcoin. Why wouldn't they? Did I miss this? China resistance in talks to raise 600 million for U.S. Huh. Did I say resistance? China Renaissance. That would have been a bad faux pas. Hong Kong listed China Renaissance Holdings going with YZ Labs. Shock there, guys. That's CZ's VC company. I see. So they're going to be creating a BNB DATCO. Yeah, I'll keep that. Definitely, for sure. There's a couple of DATCOs already for BNB, and DATCO meaning a digital asset treasury company, where companies will go and raise money through like a special project vehicle, a SPAC, private placement through VCs, or a private investment in private equity, or private investment via private equity, or a pipe deal, to raise money, to just have a treasury focused on one asset. Generally, most of these DATCOs are on one asset. We'll see. Other news that I haven't talked about here that I already have down, Grayscale filed a Form 10 for BitTensor. That's actually quite huge news for BitTensor, at least for Tau, because that's kind of the pillar of what was done for their BTC and ETH futures, or not futures, but offerings. So we'll see what happens there. So if there's anything here that I missed in the 3-day range. Yeah, if you send meme coins to Vitalik, he's just going to dump them on Uniswap, just so you know. Yeah, when I talked about this last week on Wednesday, I mean, the fact that Joe Lubin, and shout out to Declan Fox, head of ecosystem for Linea, were able to get this coup. Yeah, man. I honestly thought that XRP and Ripple, I mean, Swift and Ripple would always kind of be the way that it's going to go based on how things have been looking. But the fact that they brought it to Ethereum, man, big news. That just, to me, that just cements the fact that ETH at some point will become the world's reserve currency. That's the way I see it. Do I believe in the flipping anymore? But I do think that everything is going to start centering around Ethereum at some point. There's just I'm going to have to see some really good evidence of major institutions walking away from that, because now that you have like zero, using privacy through ZK proofs and other networks like Canton Network for groups able to settle quickly on layer 1 Ethereum. I think XRP still has a chance. They have to start moving in Africa and MENA, in my opinion. They've got a foothold in those markets. They should take advantage of them. And maybe they are. South Africans can pay with crypto at 650,000 stores. That's a lot of stores. Do we even have 650,000 stores? In America? I'm sure we do. But I mean, Coinbase Pay with X402 is going to fix all that, right? Of course, BitMine adds more ETH. They want to own 5% of the global ETH supply. Never a good sign when your whales at XRP are dumping 50 million a day. Really? Okay, I'm signing up for this today. Just gonna save that. That's for me. All right, let's go back to the top. Synthetics has taken over the altcoin season with 130. This headline is whack. What is this? There we go. Dow at 416. Evening is coming up soon. Okay. They're launching the first perp DEX on ETH mainnet. What happened to the Solana hybrid EVM thing, guys? What happened to the Cosmos layer 1? What's going on? All right. Sorry, I'm not going to troll. There's still time, right? Uniswap remains blocked in Ukraine. Why? 8 months. From Kate Irwin. All right. Why? I know Hayden Adams is going to love that. I got to meet Hayden at NYC, by the way. He had very nice things to say about what we do at Beacon. Really? Interesting. Well, I just want to say that's weird. So if you're watching Uniswap, let the Ukrainians swap and build. They could certainly use a decentralized exchange experience in Ukraine. Strategy bought 27 in Bitcoin at 123 before the crash. It's not a coincidence, right? Pepe is back. Yep, they got to recapture this low to get back on track. Careful with that. Careful with the leverage there, boys and girls. Bitcoin miner Canaan to turn flared gas into computing power. Interesting. Natural gas for HTPC and Bitcoin mining. Using waste gas, often burned off of remote wells, can instead fuel computing power. See, that's cool. I like that. Always, whenever we can use off-grid energy for stuff like this, I like that. Hopefully that leads to something. That is $can. Soon we're going to see all kinds of crazy, like, beautiful mining facilities, like out in the wilderness, like weird places. You're like, wow, what's this? Like, oh, it's just a Bitcoin mining facility. Don't worry. Oh, see, Glad I looked, because this is interesting. This is what Ripple needs to be doing. See, crypto.com is running laps around you guys. Because not only did they get the Dubai money license, now they get this SVF license. Now you can use it on. Please say there's a web interface for this. Don't make crypto.com. Guys, please stop making us use a mobile app to use your platform. I get it. You want to meet people where they're at, but please. Most people like us that actually would recommend this system we're on computers, on desktops and laptops. But let's bring that conversation to those people. Interesting. A central bank licensed digital wallet for digital dirhams. Very good. Very good. I'm curious to see how the UAE dirham will start to perform with all of this technology booming in Dubai. Interesting. This may not be the most recent thing too, because it's from Finance Magnates, but it could be. It could be. What? What? Coinbase or MasterCard are offering to bid for bank VNK. Looks like Coinbase is going to win this. There's been a lot of mergers and acquisitions this year, guys. Just in the last, let's just call it the last 12 months, has just been crazy solid for M&As, right? You've got Stripe buying Privy, Stripe buying Bridge, XRP or Ripple buying Hidden Road. There's so many things that have happened this past year in terms of mergers and acquisitions. That's been kind of crazy. I mean, even things like from last beginning at oh my God, why can I not remember? Catstemple, Jupiter buying Sonar as well as Helix. But like I said, there's been those are mainly DeFi focused, but still, there's been a lot of really interesting acquisitions this year that's going to make interoperability just fantastic across the space. So, all right, guys, that's all I got for today. We've gone through everything. I can now go back to regular work, but thanks for joining me, all of you who are here. And again, if you've not followed me before, recommend that you do. You can follow me on the tweeters at C Soriano. I also have coins. I have C Soriano on Base, and on Zora it's the DeFi Professor. Feel free to get yourself some of those. I'm looking to work in some tiers and some ways to get everybody talking, because the one thing I definitely want to do is continue to build a community. Of course, you can visit my company, Beacon DeFi. We're an education onboarding company. You can check us out, school.com/beacon. Join our free group, Total Value Lock. We have tons of free content if you're looking to get into DeFi and learn more about just all the great things that are happening here. So this is the stream that I do every Monday around 1 p.m. Eastern. Maybe sometimes it just depends. But I use it as a way to keep myself accountable, to make sure I get all this content out to our members who are looking for that great edge. Again, it's hard to do this by yourself. So join a community, get an edge, and get mentored by people like myself. That said, have a fantastic Monday. Hopefully everyone is okay. And if you're not okay, please reach out. I want to make sure you have someone to talk to. I know a lot of people who unfortunately, got hurt, took some big bullets off of the unfortunate both shutdown / manipulation attack that kind of happened. Well, that's the only real way I can describe it. Is it a bit of a black swan event? Possibly, but wasn't good. Wasn't good at all. You'll see me tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern, for our Beacon on air with Beacon space. I think we're doing another video space tomorrow. It just kind of depends. Normally it's just a Twitter space that's audio only, but we've been doing a couple of video spaces the last couple weeks. Feel free to check that out on the @Beacon DeFi Twitter account. And then Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern, you can see me again for our flagship TVL Total Value Locked podcast, what we've been doing since December 2021. We'll talk more about stuff there. Have a great day. Stay safe. 07.